I think it's time to start Strange Horticulture. We're gonna start a new game. We're gonna kill the judge. We're gonna do everything that I didn't do last time. All right, let's go. We'll go to day 15. The cycle starts again west of White Scar by the river. White Scar by the river right here. Okay. And then I haven't opened this yet, which we can open using the plant. That is this plant. Okay. Follow the Dudon tributary to its source. Dudon tributary to its source. Is that a river? I think it was right here. Yes, that is the Widow's Well. Methinks. Okay, here we go. Alright, now we can give her the other one. We're gonna give her Widow's Woe, which should open up the other ending. And I believe we need this plant for other things. This one is not the Swift Snare. Let's see. Corpse's friend. The corpse's friend is something. Then the ankle grabber, fear bringer. I think that's Widow's Woe. Next. What do you need? Glowhorn. Pretty sure that was glowhorn. Put you with the other mushrooms. Right there. Alright. Okay, time to do the thingy. Time to do the mission, but this time she's weak instead of strong. To the east of the castle, across the river, the mountain pass grows at the edge of the wood. East of the mountain. One of these. East of the castle. Through the mountain pass. Okay, so it's a castle. Through a mountain pass. Edge of the woods, right here. Oh, there it is. There it is. This is a Swift Snare. The other plant that we needed. Why is the pot broken? Okay. Verona. It's time. The servant's on the move again. Time to act. Meet me at the ritual site. I hope for all of our sake, you've been able to track down all the plants we need. What's up, Stinky? Nothing much. Smelly. I think it's here. There we go. A small stone shrine sits off to one side of the clearing. 5 grooves run out from the center of the stone, widening into the recesses at the base. 5 slots for 5 plants. They're these plants. Well done, I'll take it from here. I stand back and watch as Verona walks around the shrine, muttering soft incantations. It feels like a long time passes before she looks up, but in reality it was perhaps only 10 minutes. Nothing's happening. What do you mean nothing's happening? Have we got the right plants? I think so. Perhaps we just need to be patient. A huge splintering crash behind us makes all of us spin around to look across the clearing. A huge creature, its head and shoulder visible above the treetops. It's making its way towards us, ripping up trees as it advances. The servant. Hello there. Was that about being patient? I think we're out of time. At the moment, the woman in the jade mask comes hurtling out of the woods at the other side of the clearing. She takes in the scene and heads towards Reuben, ripping off her mask and flinging it into the dirt. Father! Thea? Reuben runs towards her, and they embrace in the center of the clearing as the servant bears down. I can clearly see the tears flowing down Thea's stricken face as she looks up at her father. I'm so sorry. I've been a fool. I thought I could control it, but I can't. It's too strong. Oh, what have I done? She runs towards us at the shrine, bringing out a small vial of red liquid from within her cloak and thrusting it into Verona's hands. My blood. It's blood. My blood. I know what to do. But before she can act, the servant bursts through the clearing, sending a 100-year-old ash and elm hurtling as though they were saplings. What? Do your worst. Reuben locks eyes with the servant and grabs a sturdy branch, running off to the side to draw the creature away from the shrine. The huge beast lunges towards him with a terrifying roar. Reuben brings up the branch as the servant closes the gap and brings its large skeletal claw arching down. The branch splinters and Reuben is sent reeling backwards, but he does not have time to regain his footing before the beast is on him, slashing and maiming. Father, no! Thea crumples to the floor, wailing as Verona fumbles with the stoppered vial, turning back towards the shrine. She pours the blood into the small cavity at its base, and then everything happens at once. The servant makes a desperate charge towards us, and I'm certain that we're going to be devoured, but Thea steps forward and raises her arms. Get back, servant! Stop, I command you! The servant falters for a moment as though wrestling against some invisible force, but it regains control almost immediately. It thrusts one spear-like appendage forward and impales Thea through the abdomen. At the same time, a pillar of light, a bright white light, launches out of the shrine towards the servant and hits it in the chest. The huge beast shrieks and staggers backwards, flinging Thea's lifeless body to one side. There's an almighty thunderclap and a blinding flash of light, and suddenly the servant is gone. A patch of charred ground smolders where it stood just moments before. My head is spinning at what just happened. Did it work? Have we defeated the servant? With the dust settled and the servant vanquished, I have been able to reflect on the events of the last few weeks. The devastation wrought by the ancient beast was greater than anyone had imagined. By the end, they had lost control entirely and had been made clear from the tales coming from Havrig and Boodle. Without our intervention, who can say what the final toll would have been? In contrast, Undermares never felt so jubilant and full of life. All the nervous tension had built up and evaporated in an instant, and people have plowed their energies into celebration and merriment. They do not know the whole truth, of course, that Thea, the woman in the jade mask, was the one who summoned the servant, and in the end, she gave her life to help us defeat it. Verona and I have kept quiet by unspoken agreement. As for myself, well, I'm back in the calm of strange horticulture, of course with Hellbore for company. It's quieter around here, and I miss my friend Reuben, but I am content, and there's always more plants to learn about and discover. Okay. I leave for a couple of minutes and you guys somehow make Mo remove the desk decorations? Yeah, right? Okay. So the only thing that's different is that Reuben Ward was killed by the servant. And Thea Ward was also killed by the servant. Yeah, that's the only difference. We got ending 1. Alright, we did it! Okay, so ending 1 was got. Okay, I'm gonna just start it over completely. We're gonna go from day one. We're gonna start it from brand new. Okay, so he wants something for his allergies. This one. I made that 2 words instead of 1. Oh well. Oh, he's back. Okay, he comes back. Okay. This is when we can give him Meekdu instead. Instead of Butterdale. That's not it. Oh, that was the right page though. Made up of many smaller florets. This is a sought-after decorator plant, although it's difficult to care for. It may be a pleasant-looking plant, but touching the leaves against bare skin will result in painful sores. Okay. Small leaves. This one. All right. We have done it. We have killed him. Or at least we're trying to. I'm afraid the camphor you gave me is helping me sleep, but I'm very grateful for it. But the visions are as strong as ever. The woman in the jade mask appears in my dreams every night. She screams at me, but I do not know why, and behind her, that presence is always there, dark and dreadful. I don't know what to do. The dreams feel like a warning that I don't understand, a mosaic of color that refuses to come into focus. Some part of me wants to stare down the abyss, but I'm afraid. And this is when we give her candlewood. Which is the opposite of what I went for. That is. So that we can initiate the other ending. Okay. I must thank you. Last night was the first time in weeks my mind was calmed. I'm no longer tormented by visions of the woman in the jade mask and that terrible monster. Now I'm wondering if I have some worry list to keep my over-anxious thoughts at bay. Okay, now we gotta give her worry list. I think it's this one, but I want to be sure. I'm gonna go with this one. Yeah, cool. Okay, there we go. Oh, he's back! I'm on my way to the mayor's office to file an official request that your business license be revoked. You will practice your witchcraft on the residents of Undermere no longer. Well, do you have anything to say for yourself? Storian or Henchuck? What does Henchuck do? I know what Storian does. A fruit of the Henchuck can have startling effects on memory. Even a small dose can result in short-term memory loss. Oh my goodness! We can either kill him or we can get rid of his memory. I can kill him. Or I can get rid of his memory. Death? Death. Alright, let's do it. Malcolm. Good morning. I'm looking into the disappearance of Isidore Burbage. Maybe this time he went too far. I could count on one hand the list of people who don't hate his guts. Got a witness says he came in here yesterday evening. You don't mind if I take a look around? Whoops. Well, he deserved it. Hi, Malcolm. Well, I couldn't find anything, but do let me know if you remember anything unusual. And we got away with it. Day 10? Day 10. Day 10. This will work. Let's do the cauldry. Let's do cauldry. Okay? Thin stem with small leaves. I think it's a red flower. Thin stem with small leaves. I think that's the only one with like small leaves. Yep, there we go. Let's see how it goes. We're just killing everyone here. Everyone's dead. Next. Face with again. My dreams have changed. I understand now what I need to do. When your librarian friend visits tomorrow, give her this instead of the palace that she will ask for. She knows something that she's not telling you. Okay, so instead of palace, I give her this. That's what it's called. Alright. I didn't want to mention this, but Fairmont gave me something else from his archives, a recipe for an elixir. It says the key link to the servant. In theory, it would be possible to wrest control of the women in the Jade Mask. In theory. But the only records I was able to find are hundreds of years old. And even if that works, what then? The power can be wielded through the Woken Dendru. It's too great for any one person. We should stick to the Sisterhood's ritual. Okay. What do we got? Elixir of Control. Alright, alright. The link between the servant and the master is not fully understood. What we know, however, is that the link can be broken at the expense of the mind of the master. In doing so, the new master can take the place and assume control over the servant. A strong will is required when consuming this elixir, lest the mind of the drinker is overwhelmed. It is believed that the power of the stone circle can amplify the effects of the elixir. I think I have everything for that already. I think. Where is it? Right here. All right. This is Elixir of Control. There we go. Alright. There's a hateful woman who I used to see around town. Visitor Birdbidge, he was called. Oh. I heard a rumor he got involved with a cult and they sacrificed him, but I don't know if it's true. Well, he was a villain who deserved what he got, as far as I'm concerned. All me, baby! Hi, Simone. Are you mad at me? I haven't forgiven you for whatever it was that you gave me the other day. Oh. I should have destroyed that elixir recipe when I had the chance. Whatever happens, you must not allow it to fall into the wrong hands. Thank you. Hello, Jade Mask. Can't control it anymore. It's all gone too far. I never meant for it to turn on my sisters. It's too strong. I'm trying to hold it back, but it wants to kill. That's all it wants. Death, death, and more death. You have to help me. Okay. Do I have to do anything for this? On day 15. No. Okay. So this one, I'm just gonna continue with it. We're gonna go all in on killing everyone. We're gonna give her Widow's Woe. Nah, we already identified Widow's Woe. Let's instead give her the Dead Man's Fingers. That way we have less to identify at the end of the game. Okay, Faye, I understand it now. My mind is linked to the servant. With the elixir, I'm able to throw out the woman in the jade mask and take control for myself. Together we can end this. Meet me at the Daughter Stone Circle tomorrow and bring the elixir. Okay. We will do that. Okay. After Verona comes to the shop, we're gonna go to the Stone Circle. To the east of the castle, across the river and through the mountain pass. It grows at the edge of the woods. Okay, to the east of the castle, across the river and through the mountains. Boop. This one. Yeah, this is Swift Snare. Okay. It is time. The servant is on the move again. It's time to act. Meet me at the ritual site. I hope for our sake that you've been able to track down all the plants we need. Okay. So now we are gonna go to the Stone Circle instead. Do I meet with Faye Swift or do I follow Verona? Go to Faye. The Stone Circle is an impressive sight. Running my hand along the red stones of Long Meg, I feel a connection to the long-dead people who built it. There's an ancient magic here. Faye arrives sometime after me. Do you have the elixir? It's now or never. Suddenly, Simone's warnings come back to me. What if I really know about this Faye? Perhaps it would be safer to take the elixir myself. Or I can use the Swift Snare to bind her. I realize I have a decision to make. So I'm going to... We'll start with the Swift Snare. We'll do it ourselves. Let's do it. The Swift Snare catches Faye unaware, latching onto her slowly at first, but then as she struggles to break free, it binds tighter, stronger, curling vines leaping out to restrain her. Within moments, she is still, her eyes piercing me with fearsome hatred. There is no backing out now. I'll drink the elixir myself. The elixir tastes foul, like rotting fruit, but I force it down and somehow keep hold of the contents of my stomach. At first, nothing happens, but my pulse quickens as I feel it begin to take hold. It's as though I'm in two different places at once, my mind swirling as it grapples with the dizzying new reality. And the barrier is broken, everything floods through. I sense another presence, alarmed, probing my mind. It's the woman in the jade mask. Thea Ward. I do not need to be told her name, I know it now. And there, behind it, but also part of it, the black chasm of the Dendru. No. An ancient consciousness cascades into my own, and I am overwhelmed. My thoughts are stretched like galaxies drifting apart. Time woven into thin silk. I try to pull back, but I cannot, and slowly, as though my thoughts have further to travel, I realize my mistake. You will not take this from me, horticulturist. Ooh. She is the Dendru, the dread. She is too strong. I think I did that. What have I done? I tried to take the servant for myself. What madness led me down that path? The woman in the jade mask brushed me aside with ease and I was lost in the darkness. When I came to, I released Faye and fled with what little sanity I still possess. I returned to strange horticulture to gather supplies, but I cannot stay here. I could feel the hatred and bloodlust when I glimpsed their mind. She, or perhaps more accurately, the servant, for they were one and the same now, will hunt me wherever I go. I must travel far, far away from Undermare, and hope that will be enough. Oh. She is the Dendru. I was weak and a fool. I should have never tried to take it for myself. The end. Ending 4. Okay. Ruben is alive, working alongside Verona Green. Verona no longer trusts you and is still attempting to perform the ritual without your help. Bethany is deceased, killed by the servant. Faye, still yearning to take control of the servant for herself. Enos is, the seeds of redemption will have not got far without your help. Both his blood and his body and his pride have been damaged, but he lives. Remains master of the servant. Presumed murdered. Nice. Alright. Let's do the other one now. We're gonna not do the epilogue. We're gonna go to the other one. Oh, hi, Malcolm! I have my eye on you for some time now, horticulturist. You think you can do whatever you want with these plants of yours and there'll be no consequences. Well, I'm here to arrest you for the murder of Isidore Burbage. Eat the cup! Eat the cup! This time we're gonna give her the potion. Elixir of control. Let's get the swift snare. Okay, we got the swift snare. Verona is here. Okay. And now we're gonna go to the stone circle. Okay, and now we're gonna give her the elixir of control. I watch in solemn silence as Faye unstoppers the glass bottle and raises it to her lips. She hesitates for a brief moment before tilting back her head and drinking in large gulps. For what seemed like an eternity, nothing happens. Faye is sitting cross-legged in the middle of the stone circle. Her eyes are closed. Suddenly, her eyes snap open and she lets out a high-pitched wail. No! How can she be this strong? Her hands fly to her head as she screams in pain. She writhes around on the ground and I try to comfort her, but she flails about wildly, clawing at my face, my chest and face, and then she is still. She is here! At that, Faye spins around fearfully as we hear a menacing sound away in the west. I look up in the direction of the noise, and what I see strikes fear in me. The servant is charging towards the stone circle at an astonishing pace, and perched atop its shoulders rides a woman in the jade mask. The servant is mine! The creature leaps over the perimeter of the circle and lands in front of the cowering Faye. As she raises her hands in pitiable defense, the servant strikes with its powerful jaw, killing her instantly. As the servant feasts on its prey, the woman in the jade mask turns her attention to me. You should know better, horticulturist. I am the Dendru. I am the dread. I am death. And with that, the huge creature rises, bright red blood dripping from its gaping maw, and I am certain my fate is sealed. I close my eyes and wait for the end. But the blow never comes. Instead, the servant, the woken Dendru, the dread, turns and walks away, led by the woman in the jade mask. What have I done? Nice! Sweet! Let's see. And we have 2 more to do where Thea is instead weak instead of strong. We've done the 2 where she's strong. I have some time to reflect on the events of last few weeks. I see Faye's face every night as I lie awake, unable to sleep. I do not know what went wrong. The elixir seemed to work, but I think the woman in the jade mask was had too strong a hold over the servant. It should have been me who took the elixir. I'm not saying I could have succeeded where Faye failed, but it should have been me. Either way, the servant remains under the control of the woman in the jade mask, but neither she nor it have been seen since. Undermare remains restless, intense, fearful of the violence that could descend at any moment. For my part, I hope that the woman in the jade mask, whoever she is, has reclaimed her humanity and taken the servant far from here. I think often about the creature, about the way the creature looked at me before it turned away. It was not hunger or hatred, it was cold indifference. Hell yeah. Angered the beast. I thought I was doing the right thing. Instead, I stirred the hornet's nest. Alright. Verona no longer trusts me still. Faye was killed by the servant. Remains master of the servant. Okay. Now let's go back and change it so Faye is weakened. Hi, welcome. Let's give him a fox button instead this time. Just why not? Nice try, but you're still under arrest. No! There she is. She does appear on the 15th. Okay. We're gonna give her the Widow's Woe now, because last time we gave her the other flower. There we go. Okay. The stone circle is an impressive sight. Running my hand along the red stone of Long Meg, I feel the connection of the long dead people who built it, and there's an ancient magic here. Faye arrives sometime after me. Do you have the elixir? It's now or never. Suddenly, Simone's warning comes back to me. What do I really know about this Faye? Perhaps it would be safer to take this elixir myself. I could use the swift snare to bind her. I realize I have a decision to make. We're gonna take it first. Mine! The swift snare catches Faye unaware, latching onto her slowly at first, but then she struggles to break it free. It binds tighter, stronger, curling vines leaping out to restrain her. Within moments, she is still, her eyes piercing me with fearsome hatred. There's no backing out now. I will drink the elixir myself. You're mine! The elixir tastes foul like rotting fruit. The elixir tastes foul like rotting fruit, but I force it down and somehow keep hold of the contents in my stomach. At first, nothing happens, but my pulse quickens as I begin to feel it take hold. It's as though I'm in two places at once, my mind swirling as it grapples with dizziness and new reality. Oh no, Mountain Dew, no! And then the barrier is broken and everything floods through. I sense fear, and I'm surprised to find that it's not my own. It's the woman in the jade mask, Thea Ward. I do not need to be told her name. I know it now. Get out, get out, get out! I hear her words echoing around my mind as real as she had spoken them out loud. She is screaming them at me to get out, but why should I? I realize that I can brush her aside with ease, and suddenly there is a seductive darkness that I'm a part of, and it is me. I am the Dendru, the Dread, I am Death. Yay! Time had passed since I became master of the servant. I do not know how long. Time stretches back into darkness in my mind. I am eternal, I am powerful. What have I done? Why? There is no what. There is no why. I can't think clearly. I will kill them. Kill who? Faces swim out from the void. Friends. They will not be harmed. They will not. I'm in the shop. I'm on the hillside. I smell earth and life, damp soil, green leaves, stained oak. I taste blood, matted fur, snapping bone. I am the horticulturist. I am the Dendru, the Dread. I am Death. I am the Dendru. The servant is mine to control. Nothing will stand in my way. Ruben is alive. Verona is also alive. Has not given up trying to perform the ritual. Let her. You will be ready when the time comes. Okay. Okay, so this is killed by the servant. Plotting her revenge. She is nothing to you now. The seeds of redemption have not gone far. Okay. She fears you. She is right to do so. Ooh. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, let's do the other one. Let's do the other one where we allow Faye to take over. I watch in solemn silence as Faye unstoppers the glass and raises it to her lips. She hesitates for a brief moment before tilting back her head and drinking in large gulps. For what seemed like an eternity, nothing happens. Faye is sitting cross-legged in the middle of the stone circle. Her eyes are closed. Suddenly, her eyes snap open, darting back and forth unnaturally, and she starts muttering to herself. It's mine. Get out. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. She stands up and looks straight ahead, her eyes wide, her expression impossible to read. She stretches out her arms in front of her. Come to me. She stands like that for some time, totally still, waiting patiently. I try talking to her, but she is unresponsive. I'm considering trying to revive her with some Norwood when I hear a strange noise. I turn towards the source of the noise, and I am gripped by terror at what I see. A huge beast is careening towards the stone circle, covering 20 feet with every stride. Plant-like growths protrude from its gruesome head and body as the dark, long limbs end in knife-like claws. I realize I have never known true fear until now. Faye seems unperturbed, however, excited even. As the servant approaches. When at last the creature stands before us, towering above our head, she reaches out and touches it, appearing to savor the moment. Of course, she controls it now. The elixir worked. My turn. My turn! Sorry, Final Fantasy took over me for a second there. At that, the servant lifts its head back. It lifts back its head and roars, a horrendous primal scream that I feel throughout my body, and then it leaps forward, ripping an ancient rock from the stone circle and hurtling it away as though it were a pebble on a riverbank. Faye shrieks with delight. What? As the serpent reaches out a gnarled claw and delicately lifts her onto its back. I am left in stunned silence as the creature strides away in the direction it came from, the crazed Faye whooping and hollering as she rides her terrible prize. What have I done? Some time has passed between Faye taking control of the servant and now. I would like to be able to say that it has all been resolved, that Faye took charge and brought the creature to heel, but that's not the case. Mountain Dew really fucks you up, huh? Yeah. Where before the servant was a threat in the shadows, now it's a menace that threatens all of our lives. The town of Sadgil and Kentmere have been laid to ruin. The streets of Unmare are awash with terror and cold refugees who have fled their homes. How long will it be before she turns her attention south? One small grace that my actions have led to is that Thea, the woman in the jade mask, has regained hold of her sanity and has been reunited with her father, my friend Reuben. I promised him that I would leave it to him to unravel that mess. As for myself, I have slunk back into strange horticulture with my tail between my legs. Ashamed of the choices I have made, if there's to be an end to this, I will play no part in it. Ah! This is really damn, that shit sucks. That's not my issue, though. A new terror. I was wrong to trust Faye. The servant is hers now. Okay, Faye, the new master of the servant. Neither she nor the servant have been seen since she took control. Thea is in hiding. Now the servant is no longer under her control. She has to distance herself from the torment that it continues to unleash. Ugh. Okay. We have 2 more endings to do, which I have already prepped for, which would be day 12 we go back and do. Hello, Forest. Lesser Mary Doc. We gave him the Lesser Meriadoc. Okay, I think I'm done coughing. Okay, hello, Enos. The redemption is at hand. We will need you to prepare this elixir. With it, we will lure the woken Dendru back to where this started, the Swinside Stone Circle. The Dendru is a god. A god perverted by humanity, enslaved by mankind's wickedness, and bent to its evil will. Imagine the glory it will bestow upon us when we set it free. Praise the Dendru. Alright, we just need to make this. The woken Dendru, also known as the Servant, will be drawn to the fumes generated by this elixir and driven mad by thirst for it. If it drinks from it, it is thought that it will be able to break free of the bonds of its servitude, though it has not been attempted in living memory. 2 yellow berries. A heart-shaped leaf from a plant with bell flowers.
My fucking voice is so short right now. So short right now.
The philodendron? A teaspoon of milky fungal residue. Is that from this plant? Yeah. Is it this? No. Okay, so it's not this. Okay, heart-shaped flowers, or heart-shaped leaves. Heart-shaped leaves, heart-shaped leaves. Heart. This one. With bell flowers. Those are not bell flowers. Oh, fuck. I think that we have to wait. No, wait. I have this. Heart-shaped leaf from a plant with bell flowers. So this one is Dendru elixir. Okay. This is when we decide whether she lives or she dies. Let's strengthen her first. That's the wrong one. Strengthen her first. Okay. We are going to Swinside Stone Circle. When I arrive at the stone circle, Aliford is already waiting for me. Behind him is a group of 5 hooded figures, all bearing the now familiar mark of the Seeds of Redemption. Did you bring the elixir? We only have one chance at this. It has to be now. You hand over the bottle of brown liquid and Aliford snatches at it greedily. The redemption is at hand, my brothers and sisters. Praise the Dendru. Bring forth the receptacle. A shallow iron bowl is brought forward and placed in front of Aliford. He mutters some words and pours the brown liquid into the vessel. As he chants softly, a thin tendril of gray smoke begins to ascend, slowly at first, and then rising with his voice stronger and stronger until it is a whirling vortex 20 feet high. The minutes stretch out as I wait with apprehension for what is to come, but nothing happens. Eventually, Aliford speaks again. It is done. Now we wait. An hour later. The sun is hanging low in the sky when we finally hear it. A long, low growl that sends shivers down my spine. Moments later, the woman in the jade mask appears at the western edge of the circle, and then towering behind her its head showing above the treetops, the skeletal silhouette of the servant. "Oh, glorious one, in your name we have set you free. Drink the offering and become redeemed." Ha, you think it's that easy? You think you can say a few words and override the bond? The servant is mine. At that, the beast lets out a terrifying roar and charges towards the group. Aliford shrieks in terror and leaps to the side as a long black limb crashes down on the spot where he stood, sending the heavy iron bowl flying into the air. One of the braver members of the group stands his ground as the others flee. "I am not afraid, I will be." But we will never know what he would be, because with a single swipe of its arm, the servant splits the man in two mid-sentence. The woman in the jade mask turns towards me, and unnervingly, the servant mirrors her movements. I have much to thank you for, Horticulturist. The seeds of redemption, those fools, they are ready to unleash an unimaginable terror on this world. The servant that they worship so much, all it wants is blood, and I am the only one who can hold it back. As she turns and walks away, the servant following in that unsettling mirrored fashion. My attention is drawn to the body on the floor a few meters away from where I stand. The ground is soaked in blood. I have some time to reflect on the events of the last few weeks. With our leader dead and our cause in tatters, the seeds of redemption has expanded. Verona and Reuben have made it clear that they want nothing more to do with me. They do not understand what they are trying to achieve. They do not understand that the Woken Dendru will not be tamed. The woman in the jade mask may have some hold over it for now, but I know she won't be able to hold it forever. As for myself, I have retreated to strange horticulture for the time being. Nobody comes into the shop anymore, which suits me fine. I will stay out of sight. The Woken Dendru will shake off its shackles sooner or later, and when it does, it will remember who were loyal. Praise the Dendru. Alright. Fantastic. Defeated redemption. The redemption had failed, but we must not be dismayed. Her dreams have never fully gone away. She is tormented by them, knowing that they are visions of a terrible reality. Unaware that the woman in the jade mask is his daughter Thea, will not speak with you. Remains master of the servant, killed by the servant. Alright. Fantastic. We still have 2 things to do, technically. I can make it so that the judge doesn't actually die, but that's all the way in day 5. Okay, and now we have to give her the widow's will. That way we can praise the Dendru. Alright. Let us put the elixir in there. The redemption is at hand, my brothers and sisters. Praise the Dendru. Bring forth the receptacle. A shallow iron bowl is brought forward and placed in front of Aliford. He mutters some words and pours the brown liquid into the vessel. As he chants softly, a thin tendril of gray smoke begins to ascend, slowly at first, and then rising with his voice stronger and stronger until it's a whirling vortex 20 feet high. The minutes stretch out as I wait with apprehension for what is to come, but nothing happens. Eventually, Aliford speaks again. It is done. Now we wait. An hour later. The sun is hanging low in the sky when we finally hear it, a long, low growl that sends shivers down my spine. Moments later, the woman in the jade mask appears at the western edge of the circle, and then, towering behind her, is the head showing above the treetops, the skeletal silhouette of the servant. "Oh, glorious one, in your name we set you free. Drink the offering and become redeemed." "No, you don't know what you're doing. It must not be set free." The servant starts to move, slowly creeping forward in shuffling steps. The woman focuses hard, straining against the invisible force, but it's no use. She cannot stop the steady progress of the creatures. Oh my god, I can't read. Yes, yes, drink. You are no servant. You must be free. As it reaches the iron bowl, the servant reaches out with a slender limb as it raises the receptacle to its mouth. The congregation watches in open-mouthed adoration as it pours the brown liquid down its throat. No! She screams and runs forward, but with lightning speed, the creature spins around and a claw flashes out, cleaving her in two across the chest. She is dead before she hits the ground. The group of watchers cheer in response, but their elation dies on their breath as the servant turns to face them and lets out a menacing growl. Do not be afraid, it is done. The woken Dendru will be a slave no more. We will sit at its right hand as its redeemers. We kneel before you, O glorious one. At that, Aliford sinks to his knees, and behind him, the others hesitantly begin to do the same. It is the last thing they do. In moments, the beast is upon them, slashing and slicing with its powerful front limbs, ripping and tearing with its huge jaws. Standing off to one side, I await my fate, rooted to the spot by fear. The serpent rears its massive head and shrieks a piercing primal roar, and with that, it's gone, crashing through the trees. I take in the devastation that is left behind, and my stomach turns. My knees buckle under me, and the world swims and turns dark. Praise the Dendru. I've had little time to reflect on the events of the last few weeks. With Enos Aliford dead and the surviving members of the Seeds of Redemption have looked to me for leadership. The redemption itself was successful, but Aliford failed to recognize the imminent danger that the free Dendru posed. However, it is striking that I alone was spared by it. I feel it has marked me for some greater purpose that I do not yet understand. News has spread, and while there is some that are wary and envious of our success, including those who I had thought of as friends, many have pledged their support and joined our cause. We make offerings daily to the woken Dendru. It cannot be stopped. Praise the Dendru. Well, okay! The redemption, we have set it free. Praise the Dendru. Still unaware that the woman in the jade mask is his daughter Thea, will not speak with you. Killed by the servant, her dreams will never fully gone. She's tormented by them, knowing that the visions are terrible reality. Killed by the servant, he never got to see the redemption fulfilled. Killed by the servant, presumed dead. Killed by the servant. All right. We did it. We killed almost everyone. We killed all the possible people to kill. Okay. All right. He's pissed at me. Let's give him a head check. Makes him lose his memory. He won't remember a thing. Hi, David. There was a hateful man who I used to see around town. Isidore Burbage, as he was called. I heard a rumor he got involved with a cult and they removed part of his brain, but I don't know if that's true. Either way, he seemed a changed man recently. Oh, that was me! That was me who did it. Lobotomy caused by me! Yours truly. Yay! The sleeping Dendru, it is done. The servant can't go back to being a dark story for dusty shelves. Attempting to reconnect with his daughter, she regularly visits you for advice and you become friends. She has not dreamed of the servant since you performed the ritual. In your debt, your actions help save the sisterhood. Has not been seen since the defeat of the servant. There are rumors that he's living in Rydal Cave once again. Both his body and his pride have been damaged, but he lives. Ashamed of her action that caused so much pain and death, it's unlikely she will ever fully recover from the trauma. A shadow of his former self, he stays indoors, muttering to the walls. Hell yeah! Ah ha ha! Get fucked, Isidore! Hell yeah, we did all the endings in this stream. All of them. I did one ending before, but now we've done all of them.